hell, dude? You obviously in the wrong hood. This is my dominion. It's a drug-free zone, you understand?
Yeah, man, that's right.
We ain't buying nothing. Now, I'm feeling generous today. So I'm gonna let you get your side vanilla booty out of here before we be using your eyeballs as hockey pucks.
Thanks, bro. But I'm not going home till I take care of business.
See you later.
District 5 Pee Wee hockey team. I'm Gordon Bombay. I'm the new coach.
Yeah, right.
Afraid so, dude. Got the roster right here. Averman, Dave, Conway, Charlie, Paul, Terry. Now here's the long and the short of it. I hate hockey and I don't like kids.
It was supposed to be a pep talk.
Look, I'm sure this will be a real bonding experience. Maybe one day, one of you will even write a book about it in jail.
Funny.
Is there a goalie?
Only for a little while. I'm moving back to Philly.
Thank you for sharing that.
No problem.
All right, get out on the ice. Let me see what you can do.
Just so you know, you really suck.
Hey, I'll decide who sucks around here. They really suck.
The Pinkmeister, Mr. Rabble Rouser, passing the puck over to Jesse Rooney, the Enforcer. Ouch! That hurt. Oh, it's the Caddy Meister, the Velvet Hammer.
Hi, Coach. I'm Connie. Do you play?
No. So what's our record anyway?
0-9. One was pretty close, though. We only lost by 5. And we almost scored a goal, too.
So what do we do now, Coach?
What did your old coach have you do?
He just yelled a lot.
Yeah, that's how we hurt his arm.
His arm?
Yeah, one minute he's yelling at us. Little bastards, we're on to play. Oh, you suck, you skate, you little bastard.
Heart attack. Great. All right, look, I gotta make a phone call. Keep scrimmaging. You, and you against you four.
Hey, we got names, you know?
I'm sure you do. And I bet they're very nice names. I might even learn them. For now, I'll be in my office. Oh, and if you need anything, fax me.
Jeez, what a trip.
Let us rub.
Quack. 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 Oh man! I can tell you right now, Shaggy will be the only one to score, and all of us will look like shit.
So he's Jonathan Jackson.
I am the motherfucking Adam Banks of this group. So let's not even kid ourselves here.
Ooh, so you're
nobody likes it.
Cake eater.
Cake eater. I'm a motherfucking cake eater. Hey, that's fine, baby. That's fine, baby. We good. But we just established the next year right the fuck now.
Is D the heel turn Hawk player that injured his own boy?
Yo, that's my nigga right there. That shit made me sad, bro.
That kid's vicious.
My nigga Iverson Teron Lou that nigga though. What did you do?
These niggas were bro, like these were kids, bro. What the fuck?
My nigga hit him with we getting ahead of he dies, look. Bro, we getting ahead of ourselves because I was ready to talk about that, but I can't talk about it right now.
So Mighty Ducks. So Mighty Ducks comes during a period of time with we had sports movies before, but like I think this is probably like maybe one of the first early ones that actually was structured around the kids instead of the adults, grown ass adults and shit.
Well, we did have. Come on, we had the most famous one, which is Bad News Bears.
Well, yeah, Bad News Bears, but this was like a lesser Disney version of Bad News Bears.
Hold on, we did have a hockey movie. We had several hockey movies.
Slapshot.
That's not. But Slapshot. But
that's more adult.
Let's be real here. Let's be real here. No, we are 4 black men in this chat, or 5 black men. I apologize. In this chat, in this room. Sorry. Who Raise your virtual hand if you fucking saw Slapshot at the age of fucking under 10.
I
watching
did. I did
in a black
by happenstance on cable.
Okay, because real shit, if you were in a black home,
nigga say happenstance, you believe he saw that shit.
Yeah, you know he did. That motherfucker was.
The only person I
that
saw.
Nigga CJ.
I remember seeing a commercial. It was on TBS, and they pushed that shit like Paul Newman in Slapshot, and I'm like, Paul Newman?
Nigga, you turned that. No, you know what that was, Mo?
Nigga, you had TBS.
Yeah,
nigga, you had TBS. This how I know you was born in suburbs, nigga. That's how I know. I ain't had CBS, nigga.
No, dude,
we was out here struggling.
Hey,
nigga.
Turner Broadcasting, fucking Turner, TBS and TNT fucking played the fuck out of Slapshot. Like, goddamn.
You know what, Chris, I believe that you did see it, but at the same time, a part of me thinks you just woke up 3 o'clock in the morning. You had it on ESPN2, and just
nah. This is Chris's plan. This is me watching TV randomly on a bored ass Sunday. We didn't go to church, so it was in the morning time.
I mean, yo,
yeah.
But you know, I never
real
stuff. Yeah.
Black Shiv Nerd would like to interject and say that he has never seen Slapshot. Carry on.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, real shit, if you were born in a black household, you didn't watch Slapshot, you didn't watch any of those hockey movies. This was the first hockey movie that I saw, and this is by far, now, what solidified me loving hockey is the sequel, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about the original.
Not yet.
Not yet.
We getting to that. Don't worry.
We're going to get into that.
Yeah.
But that shit, what you're looking at is this movie solidified what, I'm going to go into what this movie meant to me. I was a black youth. I also was in the suburbs and shit, but that Mighty Ducks movie made me want to get rollerblades and do street hockey with my white friends in the neighborhood.
Man,
and we in Florida.
You kidding, man?
In Florida, we don't have ice, my nigga. We only have ice coming out of coolers. That shit's and what made it
and
so.
If I ain't mistaken, this is before the Florida Panthers showed up down there, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think so.
Because they showed up probably a year or two after. This came out in 1990, right? I believe.
91, 92, 91.
92.
92? So hold on.
Yeah. October 2nd,
was 94?
I think.
Yes,
I can't help you on that.
Yeah,
I'm looking it up.
I think D2 came out in 94 because
Yeah.
D3, which we will never talk about, came out in 96.
Hey, I'm sorry, Denzel, is this your show, nigga?
I know, right? Denzel is just like Denzel just
I'll run shit.
Y'all can talk about that. Y'all can talk about that movie, but Black
You
Shiv
need
was
to
nerd.
blame Chris right now, because Chris got me hyped for the third one. Chris straight up doesn't like it.
We don't talk. I don't talk about the third one. I don't talk about the third
it to a
one.
degree. I didn't say I didn't like it. I said I like it.
You like it to a degree? You like it to a degree? Nah,
like
bruh. They can miss me on
I don't know
that
why
one.
people sit there and act like it's a betrayal. I'm like, it's the Mighty Ducks. But
It
anyway,
was a betrayal because they got rid of Hans.
Real quick. They so yeah, the Florida Panthers came out in 1993, so it was before it was before it. So we didn't have shit in hockey. We didn't have shit in hockey in Florida. So that shit made me want to. That shit, I made my parents went out and give me rollerblades and a fucking hockey stick that I wish I still had, and we fucking played hockey. And since then, I fucking loved it. But D2, which we will talk about later, fucking solidified it. But that, and it also what helped, you had the fucking Hall kids as a black figure, and you ain't see no black folks in hockey like that.
Unless you were really watching like that. But even then, back then, if
they were Canadian,
nobody was. I don't think nobody. I mean, even as a kid, like I knew about hockey, but I always thought hockey was a white people sport. And then I saw Mighty Ducks, and I was like, oh shit, there's black people.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
And hold up, and Shaggy can tell you this. They were black people in the 90s, but they were all bench players, and most of them were high yellow.
Canadian.
And most of them were high yellow.
They were definitely, it was more so Canadian, and they definitely, now they definitely was black, but they definitely was like light skinned. The dark skinned brothers ain't really come around. Now there was a dark skinned dude that played in the early 70s and shit, but it was like, but that dude was not like, we weren't around. I mean, let's be real here. Real niggas ain't know like an actual nigga till like Anson Carter, like that. Like he blacker than Ace of Spades, but he was all right, but he wasn't that dude. That dude was like Jerome. That dude was like Jerome McGinley, and we'll touch on. We'll talk like that's. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. That's like in the future. But as a black man, this told me that I fucked with hockey with like Wayne Gretzky and all them shits like afterwards. But that shows me, oh shit, black folks can actually play fucking hockey. Like I was like, and then I like growing up watching this, I was like, yo, that's fucking. Yo, and we don't have to be garbage. And I didn't have that perception when I was younger. It was mostly like, I don't know about y'all. I didn't have that perception of like black folks can't be in all these type of sports.
No, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I know it's exactly what you mean.
It's funny because like I saw like I actually was just like you. Like I had like asked my parents to give me some rollerblades after this movie. No bullshit. And like I saw a lot of black kids getting rollerblades and stuff, but it was never like, hey, let's play some street hockey and stuff. It was just like, all right, we just rollerblading and that's it.
You had to be, in my opinion, I had one friend that had street hockey equipment. But in my opinion, you had to be somewhat spoiled to get that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You had to be that kid that got everything he wanted anyway to get that. And I feel you on that, Shaggy. And for me, it was a little bit, I would say I felt that way, but it was about soccer. And what made it so big for me was I always felt that soccer just wasn't the black people's sport. Yeah, we played it in droves, but it wasn't our sport until the World Cup happened. I had my coworkers, all African, sit me down and tell me what the football is about. And no bullshit. And no bullshit. By the end of that, not soccer, football. We call this football. You don't call it soccer in here.
Hey, all right, calm down.
They shut me the fuck down. No, but here's the thing that got me though.
Mo.
No,
no. Calm down.
No, Mo can do that to me.
Yeah.
Mo can do that to me.
Yeah.
Do that to me. It's fine. But here's the thing. I know what you're talking about when you think it's not made for you, where you're always told that's for white people. That's for white people. Constantly, when I was a kid, I had to hear soccer is for white people. What I didn't know was that soccer was for the privileged, not for the underprivileged.
I
didn't know
with
that.
you on the soccer thing.
See, yeah, that's
no. Because I'll say this right. I'll say this to you because where I'm from Georgia, Lawrenceville, you had to have money to go to soccer camp, to buy equipment, to be in the top programs. You had to have money. Now, when I moved from Lawrenceville to Decatur, it was only the Africans who actually really played soccer or football because it was either because they could afford it or just because because you're African and that's what you know how to play, so you're just gonna play it. Right. And so that's really what it is. It's either you're white and really rich and you can afford the best programs, or you go to the black school and then it's a pocket of African kids and like the one Spanish kid who's going to like in my soccer team, right? When I moved to Decatur, it was a pocket of African kids, myself included. We had the one Spanish kid who was our kicker in football, but he played goalie for the soccer team. And we just had like, bro, I don't even know. And then we had like all the fast sprinters, just try out for soccer because they wanted to stay in shape for track and field. And they were just in there, and then we had like maybe one football player just because he was curious. But it's a thing right now. It's starting to be bigger because the World Cup happens, and the United States men's team, is still mediocre. But
no. Dude,
in both fucking sports.
You said garbage wrong.
Whoa, yeah.
They had that 1 year where they had that 1 year where everybody was going nuts and stuff, but other than that, they've always been mediocre. Like it's just.
But so to make sure we're back on talking hockey and not.
But back to hockey. And I wanted to make this point to you, Shag. You are absolutely right.
No, but you're right, though.
But the same sense though.
Mm-hmm.
Hockey was not available as a person that lived in a black neighborhood all his life.
That's the thing.
It's never made available to us.
That's what I'm saying. And that was I was actually getting to, because he pretty much touched on the point without me even saying it, because I know he was talking about. That's when you realize it was like the privileged and the underprivileged. You were in a city and you were not playing hockey was fucking expensive. A fucking hockey stick at that time was almost like $150 fucking dollars.
Also, in this area, if you went to
it was up $80 and more.
And here's another true fact I knew. When I hit high school, I also realized in the DC area, the prep schools were the ones that had hockey teams.
Mm-hmm. We don't got no hockey teams
Even
up
some
here,
of the
man.
better high schools like Eleanor Roosevelt don't have a hockey team because
they don't have
the people. They don't have the people that are interested enough to do it, but they could probably do it if they wanted to.
It always, you know what, Shaggy, and this is just a good question because you are the hockey fan of this.
Mm-hmm.
Was there any one of us, your color,
Mm-hmm.
that made you say hell yeah?
Like when I was younger, or are you talking about now?
I mean, now I know you got like a couple now, but back then,
Yeah, back then, nah, man. It was mostly like real shit because like I was a kid, man. Like I really didn't really start celebrating hockey until like D2 come out because that's when I got into the video. Because after the movie, I started getting into the video games, which will spawn that. But it got like a little older, and then like back in like 92, 93. That's when I solidified it. So with this movie, I can't say it, but this kind of started the fire, and D2 fucking risen the flame. So I'll answer that question when I'm on the second question of this.
But
so that's.
Oh, go ahead.
No. You're good. I got it. We're good.
But so the director that did this movie, just real quick with him, he has done some big movies. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Mm-hmm.
Being one of them. He did Mr. Holland's Opus. He did a lot of Disney stuff after this movie too. He did Mr. Holland's Opus.
But didn't he sue Disney or something like that?
No.
I thought something happened where he sued somebody. I don't know. Whatever. Never mind. It's something I read and I didn't read all of it.
Yeah, I just know like he did. Cause I think after this he did Three Musketeers. That was Disney. He did Mr. Holland's Opus. That was Disney again. He did 101 Dalmatians. That was another Disney. And then he took a dump and he did that Eddie Murphy movie, Holy Man, and his career just...
Yeah. I'm sorry. Holy Man was one of Eddie's worst movies. And he would
he did Critters?
Yeah, dude, yeah. Yeah, that's a great-ass movie, too. So,
that's a good movie.
Hotel Bond and Babysitters did. That is a underrated movie, too. So,
hey, Chris, Angie, though, we already
nice.
So,
she already...
Oh, what?
No, I said, Angie thought we did that shit, right?
Oh, don't tell Mom that. Wow, dude.
No, she thought we did Critters. She thought we did Critters. I was like, baby, we never did Critters. Yes, the fuck y'all did. Bitch, I would have known if we did Kevin Bacon. I would have known that.
Disclaimer, I'm pretty sure he didn't say Angie. He didn't say bitch at the beginning of that, but...
Nah, this motherfucker kill him.
But
y'all obviously don't know how deep play cusses at his wife sometimes. But no, I didn't call her a bitch that time.
McDonald's gave me the opportunity. So
bitches, angels in outfield.
Mighty Ducks has Emilio Estevez playing Gordon Bombay, the greatest hockey coach ever, and the originator of the Triple D.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. Bro, they gave this motherfucker so many accolades. Like, of course, this is one of the since we're gonna get on fucking Coach Bombay. The movie opens up with him in taking a case
as a loser kid.
Yeah, as actually, thank you, as a loser kid, as coming out working with the Hawks. Damn, I'm jumping off of this. Yes, they come out. It's the fucking finals of the game. He tries the triple deke, patent move that he had, and he failed. He hit the fucking crossbar.
Bink. Just a quarter of an inch. Just a quarter of an inch.
The fucking crossbar is a goddamn heartbreaker. Like, it's just like, because he did the fucking goalie dirty, and only to hit the fucking crossbar, and he was looked at as the heel.
I mean, the goalie pretty much fell for that shit. Hook, line, and sinker. Like, oh, he's
And here's the funny thing about crossbars in hockey and in fucking soccer. When it hits it, the whole fucking stadium knows.
Everybody stops.
Because you hear ping,
worse,
cling, like just
even over a loud crowd, you hear
especially if you sell it. Especially if you sell it, like you did.
The disappointment.
His dad was disappointed like shit, looking at him like...
that was his dad.
That was the coach.
The coach was just looking at him like, oh, you're a fucking loser, son. Get the fuck out of here.
Kid. Get the fuck
Jesus Christ, bro. It was so fucking bad, man.
All right, this goes on all sports on this question, guys. How many kids have you seen totally crushed in sports because of a bad coach?
Not
I know of one.
Could have been the next LeBron. Stop playing because the coach was an asshole.
I think
not anymore, man. It's kind of
no. Y'all probably get me wrong. I'm talking about a kid that had potential to be something in the sport. I'm not saying the next great. I'm just saying.
And the
but
coach was just an
because
asshole, and he was like, "Fuck this sport," right? Is that what you're getting at?
yeah.
Yeah.
How many?
I think it happens a lot.
That happened to.
It doesn't happen. I beg to differ because I'm going to say it doesn't happen a lot anymore because if they know that person's going to be the next something, they're gonna try and milk.
Oh hell yeah!
They're gonna try to milk the fuck out of that.
But let's take it back, Shag, to coaches who endured the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and they're used to winning.
Oh yeah.
And only thing that matters to them is winning, and winning is winning, and winning and winning, winning, and you get a blowjob at the end. Those guys.
And Lane Smith plays the best type of coach to be an asshole because Lane Smith has always played assholes for the most part in his movie career.
Oh my God! True. When has Lane Smith ever played somebody subtle? That's what I'm trying to say.
I think maybe My Cousin Vinny, but even then, that's a stretch.
Oh yeah, that was a stretch. That was a stretch
even then. I mean, he wasn't a bad guy, but he was like, I want to win this case by any means.
He was necessary. A douchebag lawyer.
So
yeah, and our boy Boombastic turns into a lawyer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
30
Bro, you know
successful cases.
I know his last name, nigga.
30 and 1. 30 and
Do you know how heartbroken you gotta be to go be a fucking lawyer?
You know,
in a time where hockey was actually popular.
92.
You know.
I mean, hey, it was a good time to be a lawyer then too. You know, a lot of money.
That's what I'm saying. It was, but at the same time, hockey ruled. This man was from fucking Minnesota, a hockey city.
Man, nigga, you know how many
he was hockey.
Do you know how many minor leagues are in fucking Minnesota?
Minnesota, in Minnesota, oh yeah, with fucking like right.
What I don't know, bro.
I mean, you got 3 choices in Minnesota. You play hockey, you become a wrestler, or you just drink beer all day. You have 3 options.
I mean, Minnesota is great.
Minnesota.
It's so great that even Bombay, you know, jumping ahead, one of his boys that he knew on the hockey team was like, "Hey, maybe I can hook you up with a, spot where you can practice on the minor league team." All right, cool.
Bro, yeah,
what?
And I'm gonna get back to you on that. I'm gonna get back to you on that.
Please
it's just
do.
like this motherfucker.
I know you are, Shag. I know you about to get where I want you to get to. Thank you on that.
There's opportunities like that just out the blue, like, oh yeah, I can get you on a team. What?
Bro, I'm not even gonna talk about it because that shit pissed me off. But anyway,
he goes out drinking and he decides because he has white privilege on his side clearly. Clearly, he goes out drinking. And he pretty much gets a slap on the wrist. Hey, you get 500 hours of community service for your drunk driving, even though you almost kill people. All right, cool.
Like, and his fucking boss, Mr. Ducksworth, finds out about it and just says, "Nope, I need you to go fucking do your community service. We got a team, we got a hockey team that we provide. I need you to go down and coach it." And this motherfucker is like, he just seen like he got shot. He was like, I fucking hate hockey. No, motherfucker, you hate how that shit treated you as a kid. So he fucking goes out and he begrudgingly goes coach these hockey kids. Now, to be fair to Bombay, he's been right. When he to fair to Bombay, he was an asshole.
Yep.
But those kids were ass. They were ass.
Bruh.
Yeah.
They were fucking garbage.
Sorry.
Like them motherfuckers were garbage. But it's crazy. Because this was the beginning of make Bombay look like a fucking asshole trope.
Oh yeah,
I'm sorry. Can I say something?
How you like that pull up though?
I did not believe Emilio Estevez. Like he does not look like the nigga that could be a fucking asshole. Like they had to do a lot, and I'm going back to the first time.
The nigga had to watch his dad, bruh.
He had to watch his dad. I'm going back to the first time I saw this movie because I have to look at it again. And I'm going back to the first time I saw it. I was like, did I really believe this nigga was a dick? Because look at his fucking face. Like they could have put a beard on him. They could have done something. Like
Charlie Sheen in this role, because
would have been perfect.
He would have been perfect to play a dick because Charlie Sheen and Emilio Estevez, they did a couple of movies together. Emilio was always the straight man to Charlie Sheen's being the dickish type character.
But the crazy thing is, I never would have believed Charlie Sheen would have been a coach. Because this is coming up, this is coming to almost Major League too.
Yeah, would you believe
during the same time as Major League?
Would y'all Would y'all believe Jake Gyllenhaal is the coach? Because he was originally supposed to be the coach instead of Emilio Estevez.
Wait,
young Jake Gyllenhaal.
No, Jake, you don't know. He was going to be one of the kids, man.
You sure?
Jake is our age, nigga.
I thought Jake was around. Hold up. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, he's supposed to be Charlie Conway. My bad.
I
I got it mixed up.
I was about to say. I was like, no fucking way.
But yeah, but
Jake,
no. Man, that nigga like 43, man. Hold up.
Could you actually see Jake carrying this fucking franchise as Charlie throughout all 3 Mighty Ducks movies instead of?
I don't think he would have been. I don't think Jake would have been likable, bro. I don't think Jake would likable enough, bro.
Jake Gyllenhaal would have went the way of Jussie Smollett in his franchise.
Yes.
He would have done one movie and then gone the way of the dodo bird.
Mm-hmm.
Now I got a good question. Now this is a good question, and I'm glad I got a group of people who are honest. Mm-hmm. Who's the better actor though, Charlie or Emilio?
Charlie.
I'm going to go
any day.
I'm gonna go Emilio.
I'm with Mo. I take Charlie.
I'm going Emilio.
Fuck, dude. I don't know. I might. Charlie has more work.
Slaps.
Charlie has Emilio. No, look. No. You good. Emilio just done all the Mighty Ducks except for like the 3rd one, which they had to cameo him in. But this nigga do not have money talks, so I'm giving it to Sheen.
Yeah, I know.
He said money talk.
Because it's weird because it's like I was saying Emilio only because like I know most people will probably fucking strike him down because he did that shitty ass movie Free Jack and stuff. So it's like I don't know, man.
Time, though, you gotta think about it. Emilio also has the benefit of being in a lot of teen movies in the 80s.
That's why I'm giving that because like I liked him in St. Elmo's Fire. That was like the early Brat Pack movies and stuff. So it's like, yeah, man.
Now here's the funny thing though. Out of all the people in the Brat Pack, that nigga ain't touching my motherfucker at all. He ain't touching my boy. God, the pretty boy. God, I just had his name.
Rob
yeah, he ain't touching Rob Lowe, but my nigga.
But
he ain't touching
Emilio
Rob Lowe.
also isn't racist like Rob Lowe. So there you go.
I'm sorry, Rob Lowe's racist?
He's a bit diet racist.
Fucking racist.
Diet racist, motherfucker.
Diet racist. Hella.
That motherfucker get out.
Yeah,
racist racist late.
Nah, that nigga.
Really?
That's some Jerry. He's on some Jerry Jones shit there, man.
You're telling me
also, Emilio,
the Canadian is the racist one. The Canadian's the racist one.
He has some diet racist
habits.
Hold up. Here's the deep part. It ain't Kiefer Sutherland. It's fucking Rob Lowe.
Bro, hey. It don't be like that till it do.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
Hey, man.
Wait, come on. Did Rob Lowe touch kids?
Nah, he didn't touch kids.
No, that wasn't him. That's you. You
I know of. That I know.
I'm mixing somebody.
You confusing white folks, but that's fine. It's
I understand.
They'll look alike.
Yeah, you're confusing white folks, but don't worry, they confuse us all the time.
Exactly. Look alike.
I'm just gonna say this though. Look, Chris, you can debate me.
Oh yeah, you do got a sex tape with a 16-year-old girl. What are you talking about?
Are you serious?
Oh yeah,
my
God. I forgot about that shit.
Jesus
Christ.
Anyways, look, we're moving on. But Chris,
please.
My bad.
Look, we can move on, but Chris, I got to make the statement. Out of all the people in the Brat Pack, we all know who's the best one. That's fucking Spader. So fuck all y'all. It's the best one out of all of them.
This guy basically.
Hey, that's my nigga.
The guy
that's my
Robert Downey Jr. Like, hey man, you got my $25,000? You got it? You got it?
Yo, man, you know he still haunt that nigga, man.
Nah, but if you're gonna round out the crew of the District 5 Pee Wee hockey team and stuff, Shaggy already mentioned the Hall brothers, Juicy Smollett, who only gets one appearance, and then the second movie it was like, hey Jesse, what happened to your brother? Fuck him. All right, cool.
Like it's. Go ahead, yo, real quick, since we're talking about the Ducks roster. So it's funny when you look at that team. Who you think is the best player on that team?
Technically, we would say Fulton just because of his size, but he's in.
Fulton. No. This is before. No, I'm talking about when they on the ice. The initial team.
Charlie. Easily.
You're saying Charlie to the chick, bro.
I would say the chick. I would say Connie and Charlie.
I would say Connie.
Definitely.
See, it's by default. I'm gonna say Charlie because everybody look up to Charlie. But Connie probably
Connie is up there.
Out of skill, as a skill, Connie was up there. Connie's right there.
Everybody. You know who your pocket is on that squad though? No bullshit. You know who your pocket is on that squad? Little Pete from Pete and Pete. Yes. Your pocket, man. That little boy beast.
Oh, Danny.
That little boy beast.
Yeah, Danny, bro.
Oh,
bro, like I said, But yo,
yeah,
like
the
I said,
initial
the initial team.
group.
When you look at that team, when Emilio Estevez got out of that limo, looked at that team, and Jesse Hall came up and said, "Hey, bro, we ain't bought no drugs out here. Y'all get your uppity ass back in the car."
Yo,
and I'm
uppity
sitting
vanilla
there,
booty. Yo, uppity
vanilla booty back in the limo, and I'm just sitting here going like, "Bruh."
He said, yo,
I'm like,
bro.
He's like, yo, he's like, relax, bro. And I'm just like, oh, bro, just like they hit him with the old 90s trope. But I'm like sitting here going like, I had to think of it. Now I watch this as a fan and as a hockey fan, and I'm just looking at this team. I'm like, bruh, this shit here is the fucking Ottawa Senators. Jesus Christ.
Yo, they the Tampa Bay Lightning in '95, bro. They some
bro. Dog, I'm sitting here looking at these motherfuckers, and I'm like, all right, let me see. And he's like, I legitimately felt bad for Bombay because he had to coach these kids, and these kids were ass. Now, granted, he approached it wrong. He approached it wrong.
He approached it wrong twice.
That's his fault. Yeah, he did. He had to man up, and he coached them games.
Hey, I will back up. I will back him up rolling on the ice with that fucking limo. I will back that up, though. That's some boss
that was playing. No. That was some boss shit. That was some boss ass shit.
Hey, look, that's real talk. That's some alpha dog shit.
Bro, old boy from bruh. That was old boy from Con Air looks in the back seat like, you want me to do what? He's like, trust me, just do it.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting here going like, yo, and he did it, and ain't shit happened. And this motherfucker's just chilling. And the whole time I'm sitting here going like, all right, bruh, I don't even know which one of you niggas is not ass, so we gonna find out. You four against you four. He's like, I'll eventually learn your names when they become important. And this motherfucker just like, all right, let him rock. Then they get to their first game. Dog shit. And then who do you think his first game is?
The Hawks.
The motherfucking Hawks.
It's basically the first tier, the first seed versus the 8th seed. Basically, it's like, oh yeah.
Them bitches ain't even good enough to be 8 seed, bro. Them niggas are like
generous on that one, CJ. They like 16th.
Nigga, anytime I see any trope, any usual sports trope, I just immediately just started booing.
I'm just laughing at the fact that the District 5 team don't even have jerseys. They look like the fucking rejects from G.I. Joe and shit. Like, yeah,
bro, these dog, all
they don't even the rejects. They got the hand-me-downs. They got the
hand-me-downs. Nah, not even. These motherfuckers was dressed like niggas that worked at Target. Everybody wore red. Don't matter. Oh, my nigga Goldberg.
Had a whole bunch of tape on the back of their stuff with their last name.
I mean, it was
Connie had Aberman had a fucking baseball jersey on.
Exactly. It was just it was
someone had a football helmet on.
Sheen covers,
bro, so Goldberg was the only motherfucker that came from another hockey city.
Mm-hmm.
My boy Philly repping the Flyers, amen. But
his family
at the whole
deli too, on top of that, so,
ain't nothing but real. And then when you see these kids, man, it's one thing, but then you see fucking Goldberg, bruh, and you're like, what the fuck happened to you, bruh?
Yeah.
Really?
This has nothing to do with the movie, but if you people if you fans are listening that do not know, please, I implore you, go to Goldberg Mighty Ducks, and you will see this motherfucker. That is type in his real name, Sean Weiss. Type that shit in. And fucking, if you're a fan of this movie, you either know already or you don't know. Please go type that shit in and go look up, because what the fuck, bro?
He went from looking like he was eating pretty healthy to what the fuck happened?
Like, this nigga was chewing crystal meth, bro. Get the fuck.
The man went from being a heavyweight to a dust weight.
I see what you did there. I appreciate it.
I mean, it was just like it's sad because everybody else on the Ducks, he's the only person from the Mighty Ducks he's actually the only person from the Mighty Ducks that just fell off hard,
bro. Like, real shit. Like, it fucked with me because I'm like, as I'm watching this, I'm like looking at it, I'm like, god damn, I'd rather he done fucking died from overdose. Nah, this motherfucker alive looking like a straight crackhead. I'm like, please fix this dude. I'm like, Disney, throw money and throw this nigga in rehab,
this
please.
Is a guy that he Heavyweights and Mighty Ducks was his big movies and stuff, and I remember seeing him in bit parts in movies and shows, and he was still looking the same. It's like, oh, okay, he's doing pretty good for himself. And then I saw that picture, I'm like, holy shit, what the fuck happened,
bro? Like, when I tell you, when people look, you had motherfucking dude, you had Tamborelli on here from Pete and Pete And he wasn't even the most popular nigga on the movie. It was Goldberg.
Till Pete and Pete dropped after this, so yeah.
Yeah. It was like, but then, even then, when people came back, motherfuckers fucked with Goldberg. Goldberg was like one of them dudes that everybody fucked with.
Funny
like
character.
People fucked, like he was the main character. Everybody loved Goldberg. Then you see that shit, and he's like fucking like,
this is
just,
like,
oh my god, it's depressing.
This felt like Disney's Police Academy, where you have this ragtag group of kids that all these characters. So it's because Goldberg in and of itself was a character. He's the fat one that does the farts and
fat one who cuts like jokes. It was him and Aberman that cut like just jokes back and forth.
Aberman was fucking hilarious.
Aberman didn't really have exactly. Aberman didn't come. Aberman didn't come into own until like D2 because he was cutting them shits. But like Goldberg was like hamming it up every fucking scene he got, bro. He's like, yo, I'm moving back to Philly in like a couple of days. Don't even matter. Like
we also had
I'm like, yo.
We had to type in. So we said Daniel Tamborelli played Tommy Duncan. Then his sister Tammy Duncan, who was the sister from Jurassic Park, popped in as the other girl on the team. Who thankfully they just kind of streamlined it back to Connie, and then D2 we had the goalie chick. Yeah. So yeah, both of them kind of like, all right, cool.
Wildcat.
Yeah, the Wildcat. And then let's see, like I said, Fulton Reed, who looked like
he came later. We're real quick. We're gonna before we tackle him. And we go to that. I want to cover the fucking first Hawks. I want to let's E. Jermaine, yeah. Who else? Jermaine, the Hall kids.
Yeah.
Peter. That boy Peter.
Yeah, Peter, and then
Casey.
Casey, and it's like I think there was one other dude, and I don't think because he was the only person that didn't come back from the movies. I think
one of them was, I think it was Lewis, the fucking little short kid.
Yeah, Lewis.
Yeah. She was the short kid and stuff that had a wise ass mouth, and he never came back after that. And I was like, huh, that's interesting.
With the greaser looking kid?
Yeah.
I thought it was Peter.
Peter was the greaser kid.
He was the greaser kid. He was like,
I think I'm getting both of them mixed up.
That was Pete, bro. Okay. I remember that because he showed Pete the fade in the towards the end of the movie.
Okay.
Because they said something about his mama. But anyway, so let's talk about the game. Old boy finds out that Bombay's coaching. And he's like, yo, you here? He's like, are you here scouting? Or he's like, nah, brother, I'm coaching. He's like, coaching who? And he's like, word? Okay. This motherfucker, it's like, you want to be petty? This dude is pretty much like win to D's credit. This motherfucker straight up was like, I'm finna embarrass this dude because he embarrassed me.
I'm gonna ruin this man's career.
And the part you would look, and then
score up.
No, hold on. And there's a part just to really dig in how petty he is. Do you see all the banisters of what the Hawks did? And you see the 1 year he played, they was in second place. You're like, you see that? Yeah, I wish I could have that down too. I was like,
dog, that's this nigga. Fucking lighting him up, bruh. And not speaking of lighting.
Not only that, Shag, but then at the end he's like, hey, we should have run him up even higher than that. Come on now, like, bruh.
That was it, bro. Not just that, they had a whole ass football score on the fucking 17-0.
That's what I'm saying. It was 17 skunk, and he was like, "Yo, y'all should have done it more."
It's been worse than hockey.
There was like one like a few years ago. It was like the women's hockey team somewhere in Europe. They was like qualifying for the Olympics. They beat like I think it was like the Turkish hockey team or something. They beat this smaller European team like 90-something-0.
What? That's like that's some score at will type shit. Like, did they have a goalie? Did they?
Oh, there are plenty of games out there where it's score at will. The one I will share it on the football on the Working Title Sports Show group. There's a football game where Georgia Tech beats the living shit out of I forgot what school. Some school that doesn't fucking exist no more. They beat them like 100-something-0.
I mean, Maryland almost did that shit against Howard and had mercy on them. So you're right.
I mean, yo, we have seen scores like that. Yeah, you all right, man. That was just brutal.
Howard was just like, we're glad to be here,
bro. And he cussed, and Bombay just proceeded to like Disneyfy custom kids out.
And I'm like, dude, but you're sitting there looking at Bombay like, okay, I get it. You want to, because Bombay is in. I just want to get these hours over with. So he's yelling at the
and then
kids.
he gets.
But at the same time, it's kind of like, all right, whatever.
It was like, I want to finish those hours until he ran up until he saw his old coach.
Yeah.
Till literally saw his old coach is like, all right, man, let's fucking play hockey. And then he tries to coach, and I'm like, bro, you should have established this shit from time.
But then,
I mean, and we're not gonna stick, and that's not stick on this game too much because we'll like obviously we're gonna be circling back for obvious reasons, but like this one fucking hurt. So we tried to take it a little bit more seriously, like because in the next game he tried to get him to cheat.
And that was the thing too. They were doing stuff like, all right, you got to do some wrestling. Like, oh shit, he hit me in the knee. Oh man, he hit me in the face. And it's just a shit show. That second game is
it's a shit show. It is a shit show. But I'm glad Justice Smollett learned.
Bruh, he pulled Charlie. He told Charlie straight up, like, yo, when you got two kids bigger than you, and he's like, you got to do this and just go down, bro, and they'll just call it. And he's like. They'll call it. And he's like, and Charlie's like, man, I don't know, because Charlie wanted them dudes that's like that heart of gold, but he's like, coach, I touched the ball last, coach. Like it went out, and it was like this motherfucker. He's like this motherfucker's like, yo, he the heart, like Charlie's the heart and soul of that team, bro. So he was like, yo, all right, man. He's like, he tried to do what he's doing. They did it again, and then he didn't do it. He just kicked the puck to the other dude. And he was like, fuck, man, what? He's like, why didn't you do that? And then Charlie's like, I'm not fucking cheating. And then, and then the Black Pops comes in and is like, you mean to tell me I got to use both my overtime minutes to come in this shit? Then this is what y'all doing?
Man,
nah,
you see this?
I'm not finna do that.
You know what's going to happen? One of my sons is going to do this one day. He's just going to fake something, and everybody going to make a big deal out of it. It's going to be
side note, John Beasley plays the Hall brothers' dad, and I laughed because I was like, this. You know what? As a kid, I was like, that is the first time I've actually seen a father actually match the skin tone of his sons. Kudos,
exactly. I give it that. Y'all some Minnesota light-skinned niggas. I give them that. They got that down.
Most movies, they would have got like a dark they nailed John
that.
Amos dude to be the fucking Juicy Smollett and fucking Brandon Davis' dad. I'm like, this doesn't match. How the fuck is he his dad?
No, they nailed that.
Hey, yo, Chris. Their dad would have been your boy. You know your boy to go, shit. That would have been their dad.
Yeah.
That nigga would have played their dad. He was like, yo, that ain't your daddy.
But I liked him.
Where your mama with the pretty ass hair?
But I loved him being a dad because he's like, because he didn't go like full blown black dad. Like I'm like rooting for his dad, like his sons. But at the same time, he didn't like the fact his sons were losing and shit. So he was stepping in like, hey, what the fuck, man? Like, you supposed to be coaching this team. What the fuck you doing?
Nah, he came in and he said, is this why I'm giving up my overtime hours?
Yeah. Bro, and I'm like, yo, that's how you know he was frustrated.
But hockey is expensive, and so if he's doing overtime hours, like shit, they better be winning.
Not just that, but he was like, but it wasn't even about winning. He was like, yo, he was like, yo, you trying to have my kids cheat? I was like, no. I said, so he honest? I said, damn, he light skinned and he an honest black man. I said, goddamn. I said, please don't die.
It's because he's light skinned.
Please don't get shot.
If he was dark skinned, he wouldn't care.
If he was dark skinned, he wouldn't have been there.
So in typical movie fashion, in typical sports movie fashion, after that game and stuff.
No, you're right. No, Shag, you're right, because it would have been a scene where Emilio knocks on the door like, hey, Mr. Hall, yeah, what is it? Your sons are back from practice. Yeah, what about it?
Exactly. They mama wanted them to do that.
Actually, that's all. That is
like Gina, get your ass up here.
D.
She do what I tell. No. Hold on. You gotta make Chris. You gotta make him evil with the cigarette in the mouth. Like, yeah. She do what I tell her to do.
D.
And Disney wasn't gonna be about that. But go ahead. What you said? What you about to say, Chris?
Yo, hell no.
You and D hit on a trope that basically almost happened in that Ben Affleck movie that just came out, the basketball movie. Clarence the third, or the black dude, I forgot his name. Not TC Carson. The other black dude. The dude that was from the corner, the black dude. He plays the father to one of the kids that plays on Ben Affleck's team.
Ben Affleck's team. I know who you're talking about.
And it was literally on some like,
he never saw a game. How come you've never come to see a game?
Yeah. And his dad was like, yeah, because basketball don't put food on the table, that shit. And I'm like, oh boy, here we go.
But guess what happens at the last game of the season? Just guess.
Oh, he's there magically?
Yo.
agreement
with his two brothers, and he's giving his son the black man head now. Like I approve of you playing, son.
Yeah. Because
shouts out to the light skinned dad showing up to all the games knowing their sons is ass. But but yo,
I appreciate it because he's one of like 10 people in that crowd. I'm being very generous with 10 because he's clapping like, go Jesse,
go Jesse, yeah. Yo, okay. So now we get to the fucking turnaround because at that game there was Hans, who was fucking Gordon's fucking mentor. Hans looks at this mother. He was Obi-Wan to that nigga's. Like, he was older that he was the Obi-Wan to that motherfucker's Luke Skywalker. He looked at him and Hans pretty much gave him a stern talking to the Hans way.
Yeah, no yelling, but that
no yelling, but he gave him that stern like, hey man, you better than that. Remember who you were.
I always tell Chris, the only equal to the magical Negro is the wise German.
Yeah,
bro. My man gave him the
Scandinavian.
My man gave him the you lost your way.
Thank you.
He gave Gordon Bombay the you lost your way because you decided to become a lawyer instead of playing hockey.
Instead of playing hockey. I'm like, yo, he told him that, and that hit Gordon in the face, and my man said, fuck it. He went out and had a whole ass Mentos commercial out in the ice.
You missed it because he's like, here, I made you these. I figured you're like 9.5. Well, I'm actually a 9. Wear thicker socks.
Yeah, wear thicker socks. Yeah, it was like, and this nigga had a whole Mentos commercial outside, skating, and then next
moment outside.
Yeah, and then this nigga's laying in the ice, only to go to Charlie house and talk to Charlie. He's like, hey, bro, it's like talk to Charlie. Charlie mama looking at him like, what the fuck you want? And he's like, look, man, I just want to apologize.
Yeah, you know.
Side note, I would give the movie credit too. I thought for a second, and I mean, technically he is kind of a father figure to Charlie. I thought Charlie and his mom were going to hook up straight up, and he was just going to be Charlie's dad straight up.
Yeah.
Like the stepdad kind of situation. But
we'll touch on that in the second movie.
This one, I like the fact that
that like a bad habit.
But I like that
just smidges.
Yeah, but I like that they at least established there's clearly like Charlie is like the heir apparent to Bombay, basically.
That's what they kind of was playing towards. Like, yo, they established a bond because without Charlie, he couldn't get the kids back. Because that's one turn. That was one turn. Go ahead. Hold on. I'm saying this is that one turning point, right?
Yep.
The second turning point, my motherfucking man, one half of the Bash Brothers, Fulton
Reed. So first off, before they met Fulton, they tied against the Cardinals, which is a big deal. Hockey, you tie. Yeah. That's better than losing, to be honest and stuff. You still get points to a degree. But they find that
you get.
Oh, go ahead.
You get a point. Yeah. When you tie in hockey, I mean, they don't make rules like this anymore. But when you tie in hockey, you leave with, like, for you to win a game, you leave with 2 points. But if you tie, both of y'all leave with 1.
Yeah. And so after that game, they find the figure skating siblings, one of them being Little Pete and the chick from Jurassic Park. But also Fulton Reed out there slapping shots in the alleyway that's like ricocheting because apparently he shoots 100-mile-an-hour fucking pucks.
Not yet. Remember, he saved them from Adam Banks and them boys.
Oh yeah, that's right. From the Hawks.
And they were like, yo, who's that? It was like, yo, that's Fulton. But we was like, he asked them after they got the twins. He asked them after he got the twins, but he was like, yo, Coach Bombay was like, yo, who's that dude? Because that's when they got the money to go into the store and buy all the hockey gear.
Gave him a blank check and was like, hey, do what you gotta do.
Because he went to the office, was like, Mr. Ducksworth, how would you like to be on dog? He was like, yo, how would you like to be on the front of a jersey?
He sold them on down. He sold them like any rich person.
In D&D speak, Gordon Bombay rolled that natural 20 on that persuasion check to get Ducksworth to write that blank check. Was like, listen, you fund this. Think about it like this.
The philanthropy of it.
The firm is back on good graces. They're giving back to the community. Just think about it. Then he was like, how much you need?
Bro, he wrote that. Dog, he wrote that check so goddamn fast. Like Gordon can talk his way into anything out of things, man. So that motherfucker was on point. But then you see Fulton. I don't even know. First off, who the fuck let this dude in the store? Was he just there? Like he just saw all them kids and he was just kind of looking around. This nigga was just like, He just wanted to be continued.
Angel?
Dude, Fulton looked like he was a whole ass 16 years old in this movie.
Bro, like, this nigga is huge. Like, I'm sitting here going like, yo, is this nigga held back? Like, is he Tormore from fucking, from Hey Arnold? And this nigga's just in the 4th grade because he had to be?
Stoop Kid.
Like, bruh.
Which,
not Stoop Kid. Not Stoop Kid. It was the other dude who was like, who was the 4th grade that Arnold had to fucking, what? Not Gerald.
No, not Harold. Not Harold.
It was.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, because this dude had the red cut off shirt with the blue bandana, and he failed, but Arnold had to teach him. But they were like, yo, and like Arnold had to teach him, so he was like, yo, it was Tormore or some shit. I gotta look this motherfucker up. But anyway, this nigga Fulton's in the store knocking shit over, and we're like, yo, and they like Gordon's like, yo, Charlie, who the hell is that? And it's like, oh, that's Fulton Reed, man. They wanted him to play hockey, but they felt like he would have been better in football. And it was like he had scholarships and everything, but they just had him in football. And
then Goldberg was like, yeah, but he has to get out of the 6th grade first.
Yeah, exactly. Goldberg coming in being Goldberg, baby. That's like that right there. And you just sitting here going like, that's a big, just like you say, CJ. I'm like, that's a big motherfucker, dog.
I mean,
that nigga is huge.
I mean, and it's like, the thing of it is, like, he's playing, like, the quiet, tough guy until he finally, like, Bombay gets out of him, like, dude, what's going on with you? And then he finally, says, I can't skate.
He's like, is that all it takes?
Oh, well, we can
Cue
help you
the
out.
montage of them rollerblading in the mall.
Yo, yeah, exactly. That's it. Like, go ahead.
After I saw that scene, right? So I saw that scene. I'm like, they all like. Have you noticed in every mall now they're like no skating?
Oh man, like,
they ran
like,
that shit up like
that was at
definitely after D2.
That was at the big mall in Minnesota, ain't it?
Minnesota Mall.
Yeah,
Mall America.
Yeah. I mean that, and to be honest with you, as a kid, that as a kid seeing people rollerblade in malls, I'm like, you can do that? Oh my god, that's great.
I'm sorry.
Right after that movie,
for me, I'm just like, that's some
white people shit.
Yo, man.
I mean, you ain't gonna.
Bro, it is. But it's also let's be fair. It's 90s shit.
I mean,
yeah,
it's 90s shit.
I mean,
it is white people shit, but it was 90s white people shit. So there was this air of I can do that too. And what I found out was
you can.
I'm better with I'm better with regular skates than with rollerblades.
Because that's the typical shit. Like I'm the roller. I actually loud. It's funny they ask me, you like blades or do you like fucking? I just use blades, but that was for obvious reasons.
I mean,
before we continue, I need to cover one thing that because it's all into the same universe now. Do you not understand that we are witnessing one of the biggest glow ups in character history, where this nigga Fulton Reed was a juvenile delinquent and turned into a fucking lawyer, tag team with Daredevil.
He's one of the
he's one of the
Bro, you didn't know that?
You didn't know that?
You didn't know that? You swear to God you didn't. That's him, dog. That's Fulton Reed is fucking Foggy Nelson, bro.
I was watching it. I was like, yo, he looks familiar.
But the crazy part is about
you called the glow up, so I'm saying get out of here.
Because if you look if you look at all the Duck characters, right? Joshua Jackson clearly had a really good career. Eldon Henson and old girl that plays
fucking awesome career.
Eldon Henson and old girl that plays Connie had big careers because the chick that plays Connie, she's been in like a lot of movies and TV shows consistently.
She's a character actor at this point. I know she's been in everything.
Danny Tamborelli, he's still doing voice. Actually, he does a lot of voiceover in video games more than anything else. Like he was in GTA 5. He was in GTA 5. He was the old boy's son.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was. I forgot about that.
It was Michael's son.
Yeah, he was Michael's son. And he's actually in the new Need for Speed game.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, him and the Joey Lawrence's younger brother.
No, it's actually funny. Danny actually does a lot of touring with him and old boy from Pete and Pete. Like him and the other guy from Pete.
I am not shocked.
They come to my city. They come to my city like every May or April, and sometimes in the fall when they're touring, and they'll cover episodes.
That show
Pete
was
and Pete
a
and take questions.
Huge fucking thing. But him and that show has like that fucking fan base like blew the fuck up.
Yes. Shouts out to my nigga Foggy Nelson though, aka Fulton Reed.
I mean, you ain't lying on the glow up, man. Because you really think about it, like you talk about after this movie, he was doing bit roles. Like I remember seeing him in She's All That, and I was like, oh shit, fucking Fulton Reed's and She's All That. Oh, gross, awesome. You know, and then it's just like, oh shit, he's Foggy Nelson. Damn, I haven't seen that dude in a minute.
Like I was like, yo, when I turned on Devil, I was like, yo, is that motherfucking Fulton Reed? I was like, yo, he's short. I was like, damn, this nigga's short as
when him
hell.
and Matt was talking, I was like, oh, I thought Fulton was taller than that. Huh.
Bro, that's how fucked up it was. This motherfucker hit his growth spurt, and that was it. Like my man
spurt, Mighty Ducks, and that was it, fam.
That was a wrap.
Dude, what threw me off was Dule Hill was taller than him. I'm like, how the fuck is Dule Hill taller than you? Jesus Christ, dude. What the fuck? No, but here's the thing, like, once they get on there, that's when, like, the team just starts, like, going, lights out.
Gelling
And lights out. And this is what happens. So Hans informs Bombay, due to the redistricting of the city.
You talking about the fucking dirtiest Dirty Mac I have fucking seen in my fucking life.
Tells him, hey, Bet, so, you know, they reshaped the lines of the district, right? So, now your boy Adam, who plays on the Hawks, he's actually a duck technically, and they have to go by the rules. So Adam's a duck now, a.k.a. the cake eater of the team. And, clearly, Jesse wants nothing to do with Adam, which I thought was...
Nah.
And here's the thing that got me like, Well, of course, Jesse talk about just because you put on a jersey don't make you a duck, and I'm just like,
I mean, yeah,
Fulton.
It does,
I'm like, how about you say that to Fulton?
But
Tommy,
but here's the thing: Fulton doesn't have a silver spoon up his ass. That's the difference. Fulton is from the streets.
You know,
so it was crazy. Go ahead.
You know what? I will say this, that like I thought that was like, oh shit, you can't, you know, do the redistricting, and I'm thinking to myself, oh god, that wouldn't happen in real life.
No, it wouldn't.
And I only said that because, and shit, Shag, you would know it. You're in Florida. How many coaches get a kid from five towns over?
Man.
Oh, that happens here in
it happens
in Georgia, bro.
Yeah, bro, that happens a lot, bro.
This as well, D.
I'm sorry. Yeah, Denzel, you're in football country. You're in Pennsylvania. You tell me how many times does that happen?
Multiple times.
All the fucking time.
Why not?
Bro,
even in media, there's like a crazy like line, like.
Bro.
I mean, I know for Boys and Girls Club in here and stuff, unless you're living in Charles County, you ain't playing on some Charles County teams and shit, as far as I know.
Oh my
God.
I'm
telling you, they will steal these niggas, man.
It's like this, in basketball in D.C., if you are any exceptional Negro, you are getting snatched out of the hood and you're going straight to Montgomery County, or you're going to Virginia.
Now, basketball, for those that live in D.C., I had some friends that like when I was at National Christian Academy in middle school, they were really good to the point that they were ranked and they got snatched by fucking what's that school in fucking Hyattsville?
What, DeMatha?
They got snatched to DeMatha, and that was like kicking the nuts easily.
Hey, look, the only nigga that didn't, I will give him his credit. The only nigga that didn't do that shit and left straight out of high school and did something was Michael Beasley. He actually came out of National.
Daryl Strawberry's kid went to National too.
Yeah, he went to. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, he went to National too, but he went to college though. Michael Beasley. That's true. Michael Beasley was different. Like, nah, nigga, I'm out of this bitch. I'm getting the fuck out of Maryland, dog.
Yeah. Basketball, basketball is cutthroat as fuck. Easily, it's
basketball is not like that. It's not like that.
Look, but here's the funny thing. I would think in Minnesota, of all places, it has to be cutthroat when it comes to hockey.
Absolutely.
When this motherfucker came up to his coach and was like, "Hey, buddy, you got a minute?" This motherfucker, the crazy shit was, he's like, "Look, you may be a better coach than me, but I'm a better lawyer than you." My man's came up and got one of his own people. It was like, on state guguidelines. Because
first off, Shaggy, he had high-end white guy with glasses as his backup lawyer to show the paperwork.
My man said, "Yo, Mr. Ducksworth, can I borrow a gym from accounting?"
The line that started off when you knew it was fucked up. See, right here on this line, Coach. On
Article C, paragraph 3,
Adam has to play for
subsection
because the script said
1A, sentence number 2.
It says young Adam Banks must play for the deep District 5 Ducks.
You would have thought Adam was gonna get kicked on team. Like, I gotta play for the Ducks. No, not the Ducks.
Adam was like, man, what? And then fucking but his dad was pissed, and of course the coach is like, you were taking my best fucking player.
And I love how Gordon was like, you'll probably find another top guy soon. Somewhere.
Yeah, it's like, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. You don't need him.
Grow him in trees over there.
He's like, how Banks' dad was like, no, I want my son. And Banks is looking at his dad like, Dad?
Please? I can go to college off the books.
Yo, for real. To be really honest with you, if I'm his dad, I would do the same thing because let's just be real. If I was Damian Lillard's dad and I'm hearing that he's getting traded to the Kings, I'm going to be mad too. I'm gonna be mad too.
Dirty ass tactics, bro. And you pull him mid-season. But when I tell you that you fucking he said, yo, I'm not playing. And Jesse's like, I'm not playing with this dude, and I'm not playing with this cake eater. Like, he just called him the N-word, straight up, but he just said cake eater right there. That's how you knew the shit was like. I said, yo, this shit like gang colors.
I have a feeling. I have a feeling that Brandon Adams actually wanted to say nigga, and Dizzy was like, nah, you can't do that.
Nah, you can't do that, bro. But man, like I said, he was like not playing with him. Let me tell you how the first fucking scene, he's like, I'm not playing with this dude. Fuck around, what'd he do? Adam scores the first fucking goal.
Yeah, I know.
Because it's like, yo, I'm open. And they're like, and they begrudgingly passed it to him.
And that nigga scored with ease. With fucking ease. Ease. And they're like, yeah. And Jesse's like, man. Jesse rolling his eyes, picked up his helmet and just like, man, fuck. And he's like, all right. Look, he made your team better. Just because of where he came from don't mean, he ain't, Jesse acting like he shot his homie. He ain't shoot nobody. He's like, yo, I gotta be here because I gotta be here. Just because I make more money than you. I'm like, is it a stature? Is it because of the culture thing? I'm like, just because I want to stay with my trash ass friends. Your rich ass can't come over here. I say, bro, I'm gonna say look, if I'm Bombay and I'm looking at Jesse, I'm like, look, dog, I'm gonna be real with you. I love y'all. Y'all my heart, but y'all ass compared to him. Real. Y'all are ass compared to him, bro.
Also, we didn't talk about this during the little montage when they were in Hans's shop, but Peter saw the article about Bombay being a hawk. So now, now you bring in Banks and
because that's when they fucking quit. Because that's when they fucking quit, right? They were like, yo, we not
they
fucking
overheard him.
Yeah,
they misheard him talking to Coach Jack.
Yeah, because the coach is basically saying, hey, also, you're, because outside of the out of context quote, right, and, all that's happening, because Fulton and Charlie are the only two that's ride or die for Bombay at this point. When everybody walk out. So they're the only two. And it was the funniest shit because the game starts and Charlie and fucking Fulton look at Joe like, I guess we're the only two here.
Bro, the fucking ref sitting there say, okay, wait, team. I say, they're probably just getting each other riled up. Come Bombay don't know because he's sitting there like, yeah, they're probably just getting roughed up. It's okay. They just kind of get riled up for the game. Here come Fulton and Charlie. They roll out and I'm just like, yo.
And here's the ref.
And he looked around. He's like, fuck. He said, hey, bro, we just call it. He's like, all right. Blue team wins, forfeit. Ducks forfeit, and just kind of walk out. I'm like, yo, and I'm sitting here going yo, how are you gonna get these niggas to play? And he's like, he came up Charlie at his mama's restaurant, and he's like, yo, Charlie, let me talk to you, dog. What can I do? And then they couldn't. He was like, yo, this is what we gotta yada that, blah blah blah. Kind of father and son shit. But he's like, yo, help me reach these kids.
Gotta reach these kids.
How do I reach these kids?
How do I talk to these kids, bro? You know the lingo. Help me, help you, help them. And Charlie tell him what he got to do, and his mom sees it, and they kind of bonding and shit. It's literally mentor mentee, father son type shit. And she's like, good. I ain't gotta make this nigga. It's I ain't gotta make this nigga sleep with me no more. He actually can go and do his own shit. Cool, but it's crazy because then you get into the fucking school. And this is the part I was talking about where Peter is like, yeah, you fucking, it's you're the goddamn golden boy. You the shit. That's the shit Peter was saying is the shit I expected Jesse to fucking say.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But they gave it to Peter.
Of course they start fighting. No, but I like when they were talking about the molecules, and of course, like Danny is like, well, hydrogen, yes. And when you create hydrogen with something else, it creates 95% of your body. Here's Danny with the Goldberg line. Pizza?
It's like, no. God,
bro, they looking.
Oh my god, man.
Like,
bro,
that's a line they should have Goldberg. They should have gave that line to Goldberg.
Bro, it's some shit that I'm like sitting there. It's some lines I'm sitting here going like, bro, it's you niggas could have had. Y'all could have gave this shit up to some other people, but that's fine. It's fine. So they get into a fight, and Gordon fucking comes in probably an hour later. It's like, yo,
after they quack the principal.
Yep, and they start quacking the principal. They got like, yo, straight up. Gordon's like, yo, where's like, hi, I'm the coach. I'm the hockey coach. I'm looking for these people. Oh, girl, look at all them fucking names. She's like, they're in room 323. It's like, all of them?
All of them?
All of them.
Yeah.
And they walking in and they're fucking repeating what they're writing on the wall. They chilling. Bombay walks into the room. And, like, Bombay walks into the room and shit. And he's like, yo, it's good. And, like, they chop it up. And they hammer it out. And then, you know, they chop it up, start doing the quack and shit and everything. So, you know, we get the montage of the games where they start beating motherfuckers. And when they say, yo, they had Fulton on the fucking ice. Scaring niggas, which I'm not gonna lie, that's a brilliant fucking tactic.
The Statue of Liberty.
Statue of Liberty play is fucking tactic. No, they not just that. He fucking got that big motherfucker on the ice and told him, and this motherfucker's taking practice shots. And
the silence.
And it was just like, yo. They were like, what the fuck is that? And then they just like, and then you just say, yo, Statue of Liberty, Statue of Liberty. The motherfucker was like, yo, I'm set up. Everybody fucking duck. Shot up in. And then they started winning tournament games. Like
soft hands, remember? Soft hands.
Soft hands. Soft hands. Like they try and you know
concentration, not speed. Concentration, not strength.
They just try to talk. They just talking it up, and then obviously you know the games happen, and they actually win to go to the finals. In which case, that fucking shot that they used is like I'm gonna say right now that inspired Face Off. Because the newspaper clipping you had Coach Bombay on the left and fucking Coach Jack on the right.
So, you know, and that's when it hit me. I'm like, yo, what newspaper is this?
Bro, Minnesota Tribune, I guess. I don't fucking know.
Like, yo, what random? Like, yo, man, whoever's in the graphics department,
Pee Wee team is on the front. Is on the front page.
I mean,
a showdown about a Pee Wee State Finals is on the front page.
I'm like, yo, whoever's in the graphics department, give that nigga a raise. This is nice,
bro. Like, yo, this shit is. I say, yo, this shit fire as hell.
Now, Shaggy,
yeah, like man, yo, hey, hey, nigga, what you doing this weekend? The Pee Wee Finals, my nigga. Let's go. You trying to go,
bro?
Now, Shaggy,
like, bro,
I mentioned that scene earlier in the podcast with the former hockey player talking to Bombay. What's your beef with that?
Oh my God. Okay, so
I need to hear this because I'm not saying you're probably not wrong. It's probably something that I probably just didn't really think in the back of my head to really think about that. So yeah.
Oh fuck. Okay, so for those who don't know, the hockey team that were represented in the movie was the Minnesota North Stars, who are now the Dallas Stars, who have now and always been the fucking Dallas Stars. Two fucking dudes on that team. I am actually looking up their names now because I know of who's in the actual Mighty Ducks 2 because that's the one I watched the most. That's the one I watched the most, but it was two hockey players and one of those players fucking sits there and goes, "Hey man, I remember Bombay." You know, it's like I remember Bombay, you know, like it was fucking Mike Modano.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. It was fucking Mike Modano. Sinner's like, yeah, Bombay. I was like, we ran Pee Wee together, man. And they fucking start talking. They chop it up for like 5 seconds. That conspires to the end because one of them motherfuckers actually knew one of the dudes to help Bombay get on the fucking minor league team. Let me tell you some shit like this, America. Do you know how hard it is to be scouted by just the minors? We're not talking majors. We're talking minors. For just a guy to pass down a rumor so you can get a tryout.
Yep.
And for you to make said team. That's and granted, this is now where motherfuckers can easily be sawn on YouTube Do a fucking video and then get looked at by a team. That happened in fucking baseball. That happens in every goddamn sport.
Yep.
Now, this was the fucking 90s.
Yeah.
Who beeper is going off to tell you that a fucking motherfucker from Minnesota that you got to look at from Pee Wee? Fam, Mike Modano and granted, Mike Modano ain't did shit yet. That was young Mike Modano, not like shit.
Right. He ain't got that
Mike Modano ain't got that sauce yet.
Yep. He ain't got the sauce, man.
Nah.
He ain't got the cap.
I mean, I just remember seeing that and I was like, that's coincidence that he just gets
Also, I got a good question. I got a good question, Shag. Got one good question because it's bothering me. Is he Canadian?
Who? Mike Modano?
Yeah.
I think he's European, but I think he is Canadian. Let me see. Mike Modano. Let me see. Mike Modano is no. So he spent time in Canada. He's actually fucking American.
Wow.
He is American. I don't know why I thought this motherfucker was actually Canadian, but that's my beat.
That because his accent sounded like he ooded a little bit. You know what I mean?
He was from Minnesota, so he was like, "Yo," he's like, "Hey," because they have that fucking like ooded accent. They do. They do. Like,
all right. So you know what? They probably was
borderline Canadians.
Yeah, they right there. But that was a young ass Mike Modano who did not have that pull yet, and said, "Yo, let me see if I can get you on the fucking minor league team." This motherfucker ain't played hockey in how long?
Exactly.
And you giving him a shot? Nigga, I gotta see some film.
Hey man, this is lawyer from motherfucking Duluth. I gotta let you look at, man. They're like, come the fuck on, bro.
Like, bro, ain't no film. This ain't motherfucking Back to the Future where old boy is playing and he's like, bro, listen to this sound and just putting fucking up. What? He's coaching. If you kind of get him a coaching job, I can believe that. A hockey job.
Nah, bro.
Nigga, he ain't played fucking. This man hated the fucking sport for like 10 plus years, 15, 20 years, bro.
I mean,
no fucking way. That shit irked me. It irked me.
Now you know what that is? That's Hawks sticking together.
Bro, yeah, you're right. But yo, I was hoping that he was like, if both of them motherfuckers was Hawks, dog, he was like, yeah, you lost us that game. So I can't fuck with you. But no, Madonna's like, yo, this man ruled in Pee Wee. I'm like, so Madonna had to be one of them dudes who kept getting their asses kicked by his dude.
Dusted by Bombay.
Like Bombay would we would play this dude. I used to hate playing him, man. This dude would be great, but we chop it up after school and some shit. So I'm just sitting there going like, no, that's crazy. So that's what annoyed me. But that started a trend of all these hockey players being in these movies, and I think it stopped at D3 because 1 and 2 fucking got had hitters. But young ass Mike Modano fucking still being the dude that gave him the fucking right to be like, yo, I'm gonna reach out. But anyway, I'm just upset because it's never that easy. I don't give a fuck. Now it's easier.
Yeah. But them playing, they're and obviously this happens in real life because a lot of, basketball, football tournaments, in high school football games, especially in Texas, get played at Dallas's fucking stadium and shit. So it wasn't shocking that they had their tournament at a fucking NHL hockey fucking stadium. And it was a full house.
Yeah, it ain't shocking at all.
And it was a full house.
No, that's not shocking either. Especially in Minnesota, like I said, you remember I said hockey and wrestling, both of those get big numbers in Minnesota and Iowa. I mean, it's like people come out for those games, man. And same thing, like you said, same way it is in Texas with football, and some games in California and Pennsylvania and in Florida. Fuck Florida with football. Like that.
Yeah. These niggas out here is ass, boy.
Georgia's getting like that too. Georgia been like that.
Let's be real. So it's
Georgia. You're right. Georgia been like that.
Georgia been like that. Like we was still niggas from Georgia. Like God help you if you in St. Mary's, nigga. Like you technically, as Jacksonville's big enough, we was like, you in St. Mary? No, that's Florida. Come on, play down here with us. Don't tell nobody.
If you don't want nobody dancing in your videos, doing all this, then come down to Florida. Like, all right,
bro, it's Bro, it's crazy. So like
the game
but yeah,
itself
so
goes as much as you expected because the coach does the typical grimy move: get Banks out of there by any means, injure him.
Because who scores the because it's the game's up 3-1. Who scored their only goal? Banks. Who puts him back in the game? Banks. And it's just sitting there, and he's sitting there going like, "Fuck!" And the crazy shit is, as soon as Adam scored that goal, he pulled the boys aside and was like, "Yo, take him out,
sweep the leg,
sweep the goddamn leg, sweep the fucking leg." He's like, "Yo, I don't care how you do it, I want him gone." And I'm like, "These niggas ain't even 13, bro. What the hell are you telling the kid to take out another? What the fuck are you doing?" Fam,
hey, you know
and
what
your boy
Shag, there's an easy way of saying that. 90s.
I mean,
bro, that shit made me cringe, bro.
All the time in the 90s.
Like that shit made me.
Hey, nigga, little kids committed attempted murder a lot in sports because a coach told them to in the 90s,
bro. This
Banks
nigga straight up
shot to the back, and then when he slid, took like his shoulder hit that post. I was like, ugh.
Yeah, first thing first. You know how swaggy you got to be to get hurt and still score a goal. That's why the nigga's the greatest fucking. That's the nigga he's the greatest duck on earth. That nigga scored that goal and still he's like, "Yo, I'm unconscious, but I skated on you bitches though. I stunned on you hoes because you had to kill me because I killed y'all."
Score goals while unconscious.
Like, bitch, I can be dead, nigga. And I'm scoring these goals, bitch. Adam Banks, take either motherfucker. But yo, yeah, they cleaned his fucking clock. Then you got fucking Boken Skull, like fucking like sitting there going like, you got motherfucking you got sitting there going like, yo. He's like, yo, man, what did you do? And homie is like, go ahead, D. What is my job? And this motherfucker just fucking Drago'd his ass, like we said earlier. If he dies, he dies.
Like,
wait, and I'm mad. I'm mad that the dad didn't roll up on the Hawks coach. Like, what'd you do? Like, bro, what's going on with my boy?
Yo, it's like he didn't know until he was like, yeah, go ahead, Adam, and then he's like, Adam's not getting up. Holy shit!
We didn't even get the Karate Kid. Can you remember when he swept the whole boy's leg and he's like, "I'm sorry, man. I'm so sorry." We didn't even get that.
All right. This is just. This could because every team D has been a part of. We were all kids from the hood. I'm sorry, y'all ain't jumping that fat ass motherfucker right now, man.
That's what I'm saying. No, Fulton wanted to.
Oh man, yo, somebody should have folded him by now, man.
Fulton wanted to.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, yo, like everybody wanted to get revenge because even they were like, coach. He was like, and Bombay just looked at Jack, was like, you're going down. And he just literally like, look, you're going down. And he fucking he goes there. He's like, look, we're not those guys. We just either play smart. And I'm just like,
hit it where it hurts the most. The scoreboard. And I was like,
I say, bro, they took out your best dude, man.
I mean,
you took out your best dude, bro. That was gonna be tough. But I mean, they made it happen.
But the rallying of the Ducks after this was amazing. It's as predicted.
And then of course, my favorite moment of the game when Fulton, because Tammy she did her little spit, her figure skating decoy, scores the goal. She gets checked.
Was like, what was that?
But then Fulton goes, "I'm on, coach." Goes over, throws homie over the rail.
I did what I had to
do. No,
he
doesn't say I'm sorry. He just goes, "I'm off, coach."
Hey, real talk.
My man's was real. My man's Fulton was a ride or die dude, bro.
He was a real one. Fulton was a real one.
That was me. I'd be like, that's right. That's my boy. That's my boy. You saw what he did?
You mess with one duck, you mess with all of us. Homie was like, yo, that was a trend. That was my nigga Fulton say, you are the only dudes that made me feel who I am. I'm all you niggas. I got all y'all back, bro. Cause ain't nobody gonna mess with y'all. Fulton was like, I don't even want to talk about the second movie, but there's so much to talk about him from the second movie. Because my man's
woo! I mean,
no. Go ahead.
The second movie is where it starts picking up for Fulton, but I can't believe this movie is 26 years old, man.
Yeah, dude, it is old, bro. It is old.
It's been that long, man. It's crazy.
It's not the most popular one because we know the most popular one is the second one.
Yes.
But it's like it fucking this one was the Terminator 2 of fucking like kid sports movies.
But dude,
so it was like
can Can you imagine though? Because we mentioned the fact that Charlie Sheen supposedly was supposed to go up for it. They originally actually also wanted to go Bad News Bears with it a little bit and get Bill Murray as the coach.
Ooh.
Nah, he thought too old, man.
Bill Murray is too funny for me to take him seriously as a coach.
I mean,
that would be like Bombay.
Not in this movie. Not in this movie. I don't think
not in this movie, dog. Not in this movie, dog.
Bombay jokes. It'll just been Bill Murray jokes the whole time.
Bro,
not saying that he couldn't do it. It's just no.
It's like getting Steve Gutenberg to be Coach Bombay. It's like, I like you, Goot, but nah.
Nah, man, nah. Like, okay, real shit though. We are not like we are not gonna not talk about this movie without We're not gonna end this podcast without talking about the Flying Fucking V. When you saw the Flying Fucking V, dog, for the first time,
shit ever, and I loved it.
Loved every fucking minute of it. All right, I was trying to do the Flying V in every fucking video game that I could.
The Flying V might be the best sports moment in a sports movie ever. Like, I'm sorry, I don't even want to jump ahead, but though? It might just be the best sports moment in a sports movie because, like, the lead up to the Flying V was when he was telling them, "Oh, let's be ducks." Like, and they're like, "Oh, we're about to be ducks." Like, that's lame. They don't have no teeth. And then he's like, "Have you ever seen ducks fly formation?" I'm watching that movie back then, and I'm watching it right now. It still elicits the same emotions. I'm like, damn, I want to be a part. I want to be a duck. Like, yo, this nigga's selling this shit.
Dog. Yeah, because it was like, ducks don't have any teeth, and he goes, neither do hockey players.
When he sells this shit, and then when you see it, I want to.
Okay, so let me tell you.
But what I like about
go ahead. No. Go ahead.
What I like about it though is like by the third movie, reality crashes that the Flying V is not a viable fucking move ever.
Thank you. Because I was gonna touch on that. Thank you. You stole the words right out my fucking mouth. I went back to watch this movie as a hockey fan, not a Mighty Ducks fan, but a hockey fan. These motherfuckers are in a V shape. What makes you think I can't run through your shit?
Actually, technically, D2. Actually, technically, D2 with the Iceland hockey team demolished that. Never mind. D2 demolished that shit.
Just like none of them niggas knew what to do. But it's like the first, like, if the goofy motherfucker who took out Adam had any sense, he would have ran through them niggas, man. It's like it was a trick. Yeah, it was a trick play, but like they're flying in formation with the puck being in the what made that move work. The puck was on the back.
Yeah.
All you had to do is at least go through it, but that's if the dude in the front had the puck, but the puck stayed in the back. That's the only way realistically that could have worked. But someone can come in from the side and you would just pass it up. Once you cross the blue line and you're in the zone and you're in their zone, that's when you can break off formation and start passing. But realistically, if you're in the fucking neutral zone, somebody getting hit.
Yep.
Like, ain't no fucking way. And yes, I really went hockey terms with you guys, and I apologize for the ones who are listening and have no idea what the fuck I'm even talking about. It is when I say the neutral zone, there is the fucking red lines in the middle of the fucking ice. Mm-hmm. The blue lines are closer to, like, the blue lines are gonna be closer to the fucking to the actual, like, ending the zones is where typically where the defenseman will sit and they can actually type of shoot. That formation, you have you have two defense, like, in that formation, the only way that fucking works is if you have your fucking one of your defensemen in the back and the other, you gotta have one heavy motherfucker in the back or in the front. That's way if you're gonna have your snipers, they need to be on the sides when you break up, and the other two be in the back ready to go. Because everybody else in the middle can fucking spread up. Otherwise, that shit getting wrecked. I can understand you might not know what the fuck that is, but it's funny. Every single movie in this franchise has a gimmick, and it gets broken. Each fucking movie, all those gimmicks get broken, except for the puck. That's what I'm saying. That one happens in the third movie. So, like, that was a gimmick that I appreciate them for, because when I saw it, it was magical as fuck. But as I'm old and I'm like grumpy hockey fan, that shit ain't gonna work. You can try doing that shit. If you try doing that shit in NHL 20, them goons will fucking nail you. They're gonna there's no fucking way, dog. Like, motherfuckers say, as soon as you get in formation, yap. And first off, it's I don't know what it is, if it's an unwritten code. Like, everybody's behind the goalie. Like, they're waiting, so they're not, like, you're thinking to yourself, why didn't that Hawk player fucking go follow the puck? Is because they're trying to fucking defend against the breakaway. You got to say, like, if they're hiding behind that, and it's just 1-on-1, you don't want them to pass it out. So, like, you know, if he's either going to come out or he's going to pass. So they get all 5 of them to come in and fucking come up. And I'm just like, this was magical. But as I'm watching this and older, it's like, why didn't they just not knock the fuck out of one of them niggas, man?
I mean, but Mo's right. It was like a huge moment as a kid. Like, oh shit, what they going to do?
Yes.
Flying V. And it's like, oh man. Now, granted, it looked alright in the first one. I think in the second one, you know, they upped the ante a little bit with the budget. It's like, oh shit, this should look actually pretty dope. But yeah, I mean, it was actually pretty nice though, seeing it. It's like, oh shit, Flying V, this is nice.
It's iconic, bro. Like, it's one of my favorite fucking things outside of hockey fights. It's like, I'm not getting dangles in that movie, except, actually, I take that back. That was my first dangle, was the triple deke. Yeah. And this is what solidified Charlie Conway as the fucking heart and soul of this team, because there are players on that team better than Charlie. Charlie is what we would have as a third line guy. Third line means it's like in hockey, you have all your players, but they're substituted. So you have 3 dudes start, but it's 4 fucking lines. Your third line is kind of like one of them dudes that third line is not going to be your best players, but they're not ass.
Yeah.
So, like, Charlie would be the leader of the third line in that and he can still be captain. He can still be Tim Captain, but he's on the third line. So it's just like, he's not good enough to be in, like, my first line is going to be Adam, Jesse, and and Connie.
Your third line will be Ilya Kovalchuk when he got old as fuck and he couldn't play like competitive anymore. That would be your third line.
Yeah,
I because I love that nigga. That was the nigga that got me into hockey like as fuck. Like, I love watching him.
Real shit. I'm putting that niggas in the fourth line. I'm not.
When he started getting old and started aging out, it was hard to watch. Like, that's the shit I hate about sports. Like, let me just get emotional for a second. It's when your best players start getting old and aging out. Like when Peyton Manning was aging out. Oh, that shit was horrible. Like, what the fuck? But yeah,
imagine being on the front lines of watching Jordan on the Wizards. Oof.
All right, real shit. The only thing, see, I understand what y'all talking about, but that shit didn't happen in Jaromir Jagr, my niggas. This nigga Jaromir still playing. This nigga's
that nigga was on the fucking Jaromir was on the fucking damn Capitals, and I'm like, what the fuck you doing here, Jaromir? What are you doing here? He's
fucking Vince Carter. That nigga is fucking Vince Carter. And the funny thing is, Vince Carter is old, but he still like plays competitive, and that's the only thing.
Too bad this Corona stop that shit.
Yo,
God
damn, bro, I swear to God, bro.
I feel bad.
But yeah,
so
in the pinnacle, the end of the movie, the pinnacle of the movie is Charlie gets high sticked or hooking. He gets called for hooked. They get the Hawks had called for hooking, and it was a penalty shot.
Yep.
I'm like, of course it's a penalty shot, but I'm like, he got hooked before he was anywhere in the fucking goal. So I'm like, how the fuck is that a penalty shot? I was like, whatever, cool. That's fine. It's a movie. We gotta do what we gotta do.
And real quick, let me ask you a question. I don't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead.
Did you ask that how when you were watching it the first time, or did you ask that how as a hockey fan? Because
asking the first
time, I ain't asked how. I was loving it. I was like, yes, bounty. I know, but I just want to know your answer on that one.
Okay, so when I was a kid watching, I had no fucking idea because I didn't know how to fucking play hockey. I just enjoyed it. I thought it was like, oh, you can't stick them. So at that point, I'm thinking, yeah, that's a penalty shot because like you kind of hurt him. Yeah. So take your shot. I'm an older hockey fan. I'm sitting there going, how the fuck is that a hook? Like, I'm sitting there, how the fuck is that a hook? That's not a hook. He wasn't even fucking in front of the goalie. It's like, if I can understand, it was a breakaway and he was like 3 feet from the goalie and you fucking had to hook him. That's a fucking penalty shot. Yep. He was literally crossing the blue line or getting ready to cross get ready to get out of the neutral zone across the blue line. This motherfucker got hooked. No fucking way is that a hook. I was like, okay, but I was like, yo, fuck it. It's a movie. Yeah. Let it ride. Charlie tells Charlie's like, all right, cool. Bombay, being the coach that he is, because this is the moment between him and Charlie, because they're going to have that moment. They've always had these moments in all these movies. Mm-hmm. This is what started that. He's like, yo, go to your left, go to your right, then go back to your left. That right side will be open. Like that. Like when you go back, it's going to be open. Yep. 1, 2, 3. And then pull over to the right, score. Glove side. Mm-hmm. It's when he pulled that shit off, And of course, he was going to nail it because he wasn't. I like how they went in and they had the crossbar cam, and the puck just went in automatically, missing the crossbar. And it was like, you knew he was making it, but it was kind of like, oh my god, he made it. Oh,
Thank God.
You know,
It's like, oh,
and they fucking won. And it's to that point to where, like, yeah, cheering movies. And Jack is like, I like how Jack fucking said in the middle of the movie when they fucking were coming back. It's like, if these motherfuckers beat us, ain't none of y'all coming back next year. Don't even ask me. I'm like, bro, he just straight up said to the niggas like, yo, none of you niggas better show up.
so you get the fuck
If
out
I
of here.
lose,
That's
Y'all
what
better
you
not
do.
come to the tryouts. Tryouts? Y'all ain't getting no tryouts.
You know who Jack reminded me of? A mean ass Jim Mora.
Playoffs? What's that?
Playoffs? Playoffs? You kidding me? Like, just had that same
Tryouts?
Playoffs. My bad.
Tryouts? You kidding me?
I like the fact that, again, this movie, they had this huge victory, and we see they literally dare show Gordon Bombay get on a bus to go to the minor league.
Fuck that. This dude actually, I'm still mad because that goes back to what I'm saying. Mike Modano get this nigga a fucking job. Hey, bruh.
This dude was all literally like, I can't believe I got to face off against these young guys in the minor leagues. Oh, man, but I'm going to do it. And I'm like, all right, man. Good luck. Good luck,
No
Gordon.
tapes. No tapes. Ain't
Like,
fucking played hockey. Ain't played hockey in damn near, I'm going to say about 15, 20 years.
Equivalent
This
of-
nigga out here.
It's like fucking Master P. It's like, damn, Master P was trying to play in the NBA. And yeah.
Bro,
That
like,
happened.
it's like, and you think he was going to be dope. I'm like, fuck out of here, man. I'm like, all right, bro, fuck y'all. Whatever. That was the only unbelievable. I could believe the Flying V, for Christ's sakes. I ain't believing fucking Bombay getting a goddamn tryout. I'm like, bitch, it ain't been 5 minutes.
Oh my god, man. My god.
And then, like I said, of course, before he gets on the bus, he gets one last kiss with Charlie's mom in a relationship that goes nowhere.
Yeah, it didn't really go anywhere and stuff. It was just like, which I'm fine with, because I mean, look, you know, if
You really didn't need that.
Yeah, you didn't really need it. It was just like, hey, they clearly are cool with each other, and it didn't really go into, because typical Disney, which they probably could have easily did, was Bombay is going to be Charlie's stepdad, but he's really his dad, and it's like, no, he's the heir, Charlie's the heir apparent, and they just have that firm, you know, student-teacher relationship kind of thing. So it works. So
it works. It fits. I mean, and is the Mighty Ducks. I'm glad CJ, I see you kind of gave me the reins to this a little bit, man.
Hey, look,
I appreciate it.
Like, look, when he gets a D2, I think all of us are going to lose our fucking minds on D2.
Yes, because
it was thank you. Please,
it was a perfect. Because D2 is the perfect amalgamation of insane and fucking cool at the same time.
Because that was the movie that I totally forgot it wasn't the Olympics. It was the Junior Goodwill Games. I was like, oh, it was the Junior Goodwill Games. Why did I think it was the Olympics? Damn.
Right.
You know the crazy shit about that, and I was going to cover it, I'm still going to cover it because people might forget. Canada is nowhere to be seen in that fucking movie.
Bruh. Fucking
yeah.
bruh.
Yeah, you're right.
Dude, that, and on top of the fact that we were denied Russia versus the U.S. I'm sorry, Iceland should have been Russia.
Canada went in the way of the dodo, just like Jesse Smollett in this movie.
Actually, I think Canada was in D2.
They were. No, they were just, but they were relegated to a newspaper clip, and the U.S. won anyway.
Canada beat Iceland, basically.
The best fucking team, the best country for that team, and they lose to the Americans.
Canada beat Iceland, but America beat Canada. Ain't that a bitch?
Bro, we'll cover that shit next time because like I got a whole diatribe for that shit because that's fucking hilarious. But Mighty Ducks was a big movie for me, but obviously a bunch of us on the show, if you're still listening, is really clamoring for Mighty Ducks 2. So I'm not even going to talk anymore.
I'm just saying, I just say more than anything.
We're gonna roll off. We're gonna roll off talking about D2 at this point.
I saw, was it last year? They dropped the puck for one of the Minnesota team. I think for the Dallas Stars. I think last year, they brought the cast back. Obviously, you know, minus.
Nah, it wasn't the Stars. It wasn't the Stars. It was the Ducks versus the Vancouver Canucks.
Okay, yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, obviously they got as much as the cast they could, minus Joshua Jackson and Keenan Thompson. Obviously, you can't get those two.
And it's crazy because Keenan was busy, but they acknowledged him on some other shit.
Yeah.
Like he was doing SNL and he couldn't make the game, but he goes to the games.
Yeah.
In Anaheim, and reps the Ducks out there. So it's and it was cool.
And then they also did and then I think last year they did a funny ad about the knuckle puck.
Yep.
Yeah, they did. They did.
They did, and it was, and that day it was like nearing the end of the commercial. Keno was like, "All right, we done here. All right, you guys can take it from here." And it was Wildcat, Danny Tamborelli, and another cast member, and Keenan literally walks off, and then they have a freeze frame of just the other cast members talking about the Mighty Ducks and all that stuff.
Oh, I'm surprised that movie never got like a 25th anniversary deal or something like that. It's kind of weird.
So I think they have a rumor now that they're actually bringing a show back on Disney Plus.
Yeah, Charlie's going to be the leader. I guess the Ducks have turned heel, and it's going to be on a new cast of up-and-coming team that's going to battle against them, and they're like the new Ducks, so to speak.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, well, that's interesting.
Yeah, and then like they're bringing back majority of the cast to be in the movie, but I think it's Charlie and Emilio.
God, I hope Disney helps out Goldberg with this.
Nah.
Bro, I swear to God, they ain't gonna. I don't think they don't have nothing to do. But it's sad, man. I hope they fucking change their mind. But man, that shit makes me.
Shoot,
That-
man.
yeah,
that shit
that
was
hurt.
just like, man, just the fact that Disney, I told D this, the fact that Disney after this movie was like, hey, we want a hockey team. Let's go on ahead and get the Ducks of Anaheim as our team.
And not only that, but they also made a cartoon.
Yeah, but the fact that
This is all D2 shit because all this happened when D2 started.
But the thing of it is, because after they owned the team, didn't they end up releasing the reins of the team from from Eisner and it went to somebody else, something like that?
That was in 2004.
Okay.
So
okay.
like we're getting ahead of ourselves. This is perfect for D2.
Yeah. But side note, most people don't know, Ducks did actually win a Stanley Cup. People didn't know that, but they did.
Yep. Jean Sebastian Shigera.
Yep. What is it? 07 season, 06-07 season they won it. Yeah.
Fucking Jiggy, my
forgot
nigga.
that they
Jiggy.
even won that. And you know what, Chris? I'm sorry. I totally forgot they even won that year.
That was a huge, like, for a lot of us that was like, we remember Mighty Ducks, they made a huge deal out of that shit. Like, oh shit, the fucking Ducks won a Stanley Cup. Yeah, they made
But they weren't, but see, the thing is, they weren't the Disney Ducks.
Yeah.
And
They
here's
were
the
the
thing.
Disney Ducks, but...
And you
it
know
was
the
still a
fun
huge
part
deal,
about
though.
it is, I think a lot of people didn't even know that. They're like, wait a minute.
Nah.
They're not owned by Disney no more. Like, no, motherfucker.
But we
Like,
still,
a lot of people
everybody was
didn't
still
know that.
partying, though. They was still like, oh shit, the Ducks. They didn't give a fuck about that at that point.
They didn't
Nah.
give a fuck.
Nah, that's like a hockey trivia. That was some hockey trivia shit right there. Because they did win in 2007. They won with them awful ass jerseys
Yep.
that everybody hated. Because why would you get rid of the dopest fucking logo in the game for some bullshit, for some fucking web feet, for a web fucking
Dude,
feet
you had
footed
the most
D.
boss ass fucking mask, and you go for web feet. Like, what the fuck was that about?
I mean, man, the duck bill with the hockey mask shit, man. I mean, I don't know.
That's
Whatever.
iconic.
Man.
That is fucking...
Also, Mighty Ducks, the movie, has a special place in my heart because every time I see the original Ducks jerseys, I immediately flash back to that year in RetroCon where CJ
I bought a Charlie Conway Mighty Ducks jersey there.
and
My man.
The entire time he's like, you know I'm gonna blame you, Denzel. I go, what do you mean it's my
I
fault? He
was
goes,
staring
it's your
at
fault.
it, and I circled around the third time, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'm getting it. God damn it, I'm getting it."
I've been hunting for an Adam Banks one.
I
Like
think there was an Adam Banks one. There
there
is. At
the event. Oh no, I'd have bought the Anna Banks one. I'd like fuck it. If it was affordable, I would have bought that shit. No
Yeah, it was like
fucking
the
problem.
guy sold it to me for like $50, and I was like, "I'm getting it. Fuck it."
Bitch, excuse me?
Yep, RetroCon.
Oh, it wouldn't have been no hesitation.
Oh, yeah, it was
been
no hesitation.
I was like,
Said
oh
$50.
no.
I was like, okay, I'll buy it.
Bro, I wouldn't have walked around. Nah, you did a loop. You did a loop and came back. I wouldn't have been no loop, nigga. That shit would have been gone.
We did
No
three
way.
loops.
Wouldn't have been no loops, my nigga. That shit would have been in my hands.
Oh, man.
But yeah, the entire time he's like, "It's your fault." I'm gonna say it's your fault. I'm gonna blame you, Denzel. I had nothing to do with this. I didn't tell you. Hey, man, take your money out. Buy that jersey. No, I was like, But no.
I'll bust it out next winter when it gets cold.
Bitch, we wear hockey jerseys around this bitch and said when it gets hot, then I don't. But yeah. I got several fucking Flyers hockey jerseys that I'll be like, yeah, bitch, I look swagged out. And I'm like, yeah, bitch, it's hot as hell. I'm taking this shit off. Because it's a sweater at the end of the day. I'm like, no, let me take this shit off.
Just want to put this out there. Caps, first place winners. Just saying,
Hey, buddy, fuck you. All right?
Actually, you know what? Who's the biggest fuck you? The fact that apparently, and this is allegedly, I guess we could end it on like this. Apparently, I don't know how true this is. Apparently, there's some subscript rules in the NBA that apparently right now the Lakers would actually be the NBA champions.
I did hear about that.
And I was like, get the fuck out of here, man. How are you going to give them the NBA championship for what? They were in first place? Come on.
Yeah, that's trash.
Were they in first place? They were
in first place.
Yeah, they were in first place.
No. Are you serious? I thought the best team in the NBA was Milwaukee. Did Milwaukee lose 3 games?
Actually, the Lakers had a better record than Milwaukee overall.
Get the fuck.
Yep.
Yeah, I think
as the Lakers fan, I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want
we got
title
robbed
in that way.
We really got robbed from seeing LeBron play his Corona finals. I got the Corona.
Sit there and try to sit there and say no. And real talk, I'll be honest with you. Jordan was hungover when he played that game. He had no goddamn flu. He was still hungover from the previous night. He was still.
And LeBron would have had the actual coronavirus, and he would have balled out 30 points a night.
Well, if he was throwing up blood on the sideline, sure, that would definitely trump it.
Hey, man, see y'all talking about sports that I don't give a damn about, and I say this as a Knicks fan. So
I'm just saying
that's exactly why.
As a kid, though, if we're going on hockey, though, even as a black kid that knew about hockey, Wayne Gretzky was like the first person that kicked in the mind. So.
If you fucking look, it's my favorite hockey players are this as far as, and I as a black man, it is these 3 that have solidified me as a hockey fan forever. Wayne Gretzky, Jarome Iginla, Steve fucking Yzerman. Those 3.
Damn.
Those 3.
It's always Wayne for me. Definitely Kovalchuk because fucking Thrashers, and I just gotta go sit the kid. I'm sorry,
hey man, fuck that nigga.
I'm sorry, he's too nice on the ice. He's really one of the nice.
Fuck that talented bum.
He's really one of the nicest skaters I've seen. He's nice with the skates,
bro. Fuck that talented bum, bro. Fuck him.
And niggas hate him because he's soft, but
for me, it would be
he's pussy.
For me, it's Wayne. It's Wayne, and then I gotta go with Ovechkin.
Fuck him.
Real.
Fuck him. Real. No teeth having ass.
Hey, look.
He's a fucking duck.
Hey, bro. It's yours, boys. Hey.
Put some respect on the old man.
Hey, bro. It's yours, boys, girls, and persons. All right. My man's fucking went on a goddamn month-long bender, bro. Nobody is doing that,
All I'm saying is
Obi the GOAT, bro.
All the thing I'm saying is this. My hero in his recent is Devontae Smith-Pelly. Because we finally got a nigga named Devontae on the Stanley Cup. So by default, I have to give him credit.
Yeah.
True, you're right.
That's real nigga shit, boy.
What black man named Devontae is on the fucking Lord Stanley Cup? Nobody.
Bro, nobody, bro. You right.
Nobody.
You right. It's damn, dog. You right. I see
that when the Capitals won the championship, I was like, dog, we actually got a motherfucker named Devontae on the fucking damn
with he don't have an apostrophe in his name. If he had an apostrophe in his name, I swear to God, that'd be the greatest shit ever. But I don't think he does. He doesn't.
He does. Devontae Smith-Pelly.
He does?
Devontae Smith-Pelly.
No, I said an apostrophe.
Yeah, Smith-Pelly is an apostrophe. It's Smith dash apostrophe. Hold up. No.
Hyphen.
Oh, hyphen, my bad. Sorry, I'm getting mixed up. Sorry.
Yeah. It's okay. You were excited. Because the nigga's on the cup. It's okay. It's cool.
Plus, we got a nigga on the front cover of NHL 19. I actually bought NHL 19 because of it, because I was at PK Subban was on the front cover, and I was like,
yes, sir.
Because Black Excellence. Fuck it.
Oh, yeah, man. PK, man. That's, like, look. Ain't a lot of brothers. Hey, look, bro. My favorite black dude in hockey right now to this day, and I only say this because I'm a Flyer fan, that's Wayne motherfucking Simmons. I will ride or die for that dude. Because that dude was my heart, bro. Like, this nigga would fight anybody. This nigga had his haircut was fucked up. He didn't care. But this nigga was out here scoring on dude. Like, hey, bro.
Look. I said the best, man. It was a Chris Rock joke, but I'm like this. Look, if black people start clicking big time in hockey and it starts becoming a thing where any black kid in the US of A has an opportunity to actually play hockey widespread, woo! NHL would not know what to do with the influx of black players in the NHL. A spike. I don't know how they would handle that. I really don't know how they would handle that.
No, they wouldn't.
It would be nuts.
Bro. Goddamn.
Look. You know, D mentioned the whole thing about black people in soccer. I knew of black people in soccer just because, like, I remember as a kid, Nelson Mandela and that whole situation over there. So I knew of that, but like, hockey?
Let me tell you something about black folks in hockey. So it's not about black men in hockey because there are black men in hockey, but 90% of them are Canadian.
Yep.
The crazy thing is, when you think of American players, ain't a lot of American players in fucking hockey. The really, really good players are not from America. Now, I will say this. We get lucky. We got niggas like Austin Matthews, Seth Jones, who is the son of Popeye Jones.
I've heard of him.
Bullet legend Popeye Jones. Seth Jones. And I'll never forget it. Popeye fucking said, they asked Popeye, how'd your kid, because Seth Jones was going to be top 5 player in the NHL when he was drafted. This man was definitely, it was a possibility he was going to be the first African-American to be drafted overall number 1 in the NHL draft. They didn't go that way. He went 3rd to Nashville. That's still an accomplishment because he went top 5 as a defenseman. Popeye, they fucking asked Popeye, so you're a basketball player. How did your son get into hockey? I said, my kid's been loved hockey because we lived in Colorado. I didn't know what the hell this shit was. So, because I took him to the game, they liked it. I'm like, okay. He asked a couple of the Colorado Avalanche players to kind of like show them, like get them on the ice and show them the ropes. And they fell in love with it. And next thing you know, I'm buying fucking hockey equipment. He's like, he was really one of them black parents that was like,
oh, you playing.
He's like, oh, if I'm going to buy this shit, you playing. But he was like one of them black parents like, I don't know what the fuck this is.
Oh, man. But this
to go back to when we was talking about like scores being ran up on people, I actually had the countries mixed up. It was in 2008. It is from the European Olympic pre-qualifying tournament for the Olympics. The Slovakia women's hockey team beat Bulgaria 82-0.
Bro, you know how trash you gotta be to be scored 82 points, bro?
It says Bulgaria gives up 139 shots on goal in 82-0 women's hockey loss.
Man.
Bro.
But you ain't lying though, because I mean, if you look at us as Americans and you look at like whenever it is like a world hockey tournament, it's like, hey, how'd the US do? Ooh, shit, they got fucking waxed.
Bro, like the 1 year it was not the World Cup, I'm sorry, it was the fucking Olympics, and the US went up against Canada, and we almost and that was the finals. That shit blew my mind because how good that was, like TJ Oshie and fucking Mike Miller, man, in the fucking goal. Like, that was a fucking good time because we were actually good and we had players. Now it's like they when they do like the fucking World Hockey Leagues, there's like North America and there's like the USA, and I'm just like, the North American team got got better players on it. Like younger players and shit, but they're like, yo, these motherfuckers are American. I said,
I mean,
Oh,
last
shit,
time
all right.
I think the last time the USA hockey team actually placed was I think the 2010 Olympics, and they got
Yeah.
silver.
Right,
They got
right.
silver that year, and that was the last
That was
time.
that was that was the that was the year. That was the year. That was the year? Yeah, I think that was the year. Because I got to go back and look. Hold up.
I know. I
2010.
remember they got second place in Salt Lake City. I remember that. That was like
Let me go look.
2002. Yeah, that was 2002. Yeah. So.
Let me look at that roster because they came in.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Because that was
right
the
now.
that was the Vancouver. Oh, fucking Torts. Torts was the coach. Sheesh.
Yeah, they.
Yep. Actually, it was Ryan Miller.
Jonathan
in
Quick,
goal.
Tim Thompson,
Jonathan Quick,
Tim Gleason, Eric
Patty
Johnson,
Kane.
Jack Johnson, Brooks Orpik, Ryan Sutter, Brian Rafalski, Ryan Callahan, Zach Praise, Joey Pavelski, Bobby Ryan, Paul Stancy. Yeah, oh, shit. Yeah, actually, they had two Canadians on the team too, Ryan Kessler and Phil Kessel, but that's about it.
All right, that one in 2014. This was also because TJ Oshie was like, because that's when I was calling this motherfucker Captain America.
They
was
got
Ryan,
fourth for now.
It was Ryan Miller. Let's see. Yeah, Ryan Miller. This was TJ Oshie.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see. USA Hockey. Those are one I was like, yeah, it was like USA Hockey Olympic.
Yeah, Ryan Miller, TJ Oshie, Phil Kessel back again.
Yeah, 2010 was they took home silver.
Yep.
But I remember like it was the Winter Games, they were close, but they didn't get that medal that year. They didn't place I think they didn't place medal that year.
I mean, they didn't get gold. They didn't get gold since like the 1960s.
Oh yeah, they're not getting gold. We're never getting gold. I'm gonna tell you that right
Silver
now.
Silver was the closest we had to sniff it. That's it. It's like,
like, bro, we not getting gold, bro. Like that shit was not happening. Like I tell you that shit right now.
I mean,
because these motherfuckers was on a winning streak because they beat Slovakia, they beat Russia, which was huge. They beat Slovenia, but we lost to Canada in the semifinals, and then we lost to Finland in the bronze game.
Yeah, I mean, it just ain't happening because right now, like you got your top things. It's right now the top countries that's over the U.S. is Sweden, Canada, Russia, and Czech Republic.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't fucking with those four right there, and that's on top of Finland if they get lucky.
Oh yeah,
bro.
So
like
that's five countries you got to do better than on top of the other countries like Switzerland and Germany that's like on your ass.
And half of these
for the two teams too.
And
so.
half of these people that play hockey in America, they're only coming from certain regions.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're not coming from the South. They're not coming from the North. They're coming from like the West and the Midwest.
Detroit.
And Detroit, if they fucking play, because some of those dudes are like, they'll come from the Midwest area. Mm-hmm. Some actually, some are starting to come from Texas.
Yep.
Some are starting to come from New York, and then like they're regional because we're getting like the Hughes family. Like they're one of the bigger like Jack Hughes going to the fucking Jack Hughes going to the goddamn going to the Devils. His brother plays in Vancouver, and he got another little brother that's a fucking Flyers fan. And I swear to God, I just want to be terrible so we can get him. But if we because we got all kinds of young talent anyway. But I'm like, yo, adding this nigga would be awesome. But you know, it is what it is. I'm just being selfish. But yeah. I don't know if we ended the show yet, or we're just talking hockey because
that's how we're ending the show because this is a hockey show. So you know today.
Well, thank you because we talked a lot of soccer, and basketball, and
hockey. We ended on hockey. We started on hockey. We ended on hockey. So that was a good way to end it and stuff to really say number one, U.S. just got to step the game up in hockey. Otherwise, we just
absolutely.
Get our ass whipped. But also, Mighty Ducks still a fun movie and onward to D2.
Quack.
Quack, quack,
quack,
quack,
quack,
quack,
quack,
quack,
quack,
quack, quack, quack, quack, quack, quack, quack, quack. Dust.
And
throw your hat in the air and freeze.
And we're done. We'll catch you guys.
All right, I'll catch you guys, man.